Welcome back friends. In the previous video, we have created this whiteboard app here. That means we have created the UI for the whiteboard, but our functionality is not working. So you can see that our functionality is not actually working here. I can't draw any pencil line or any rectangle here. So today in this video, we are going to start with pencil here. So today just we are going to do apply the pencil, and then we will upgrade this app for the shapes here. So that shape can be line and that shape can be rectangle as well. So now let's first of all move to here for the Trello here. So you can see that we have finished the whiteboard with controls UI. So this we have done here. So first of all, let me change this here. So I am going to change this to this one. Just save this and now let's move here. So this is done. So here I'm going to add one more card. So that will add pencil working control. So here let's move this to the processing and let's make it to the red color and let's save this. So now we are going to do this. And after that in the next video, we are going to upgrade our whiteboard and we are going to upgrade it to the line and rectangle, means this can add some shapes also. So here we are going to use rough.js here for this one. So rough.js is very good and we are going to install like this here. So now without wasting any time, let's first of all install rough.js. So to install this library, I have opened the VS Code terminal here. So now when I will go back here, so you can see that we can install it by npm as well as we can install it by yarn. So we will be using yarn here instead of this npm, and like this we can import rough.js to our code here. So now let's move here and let's write yarn add rough.js. Just press enter and this will install rough.js for you. So now our library is installed successfully here. So I am closing this terminal here and let's go to the source folder, and under the source folder we will go to the pages first, and in the pages we will be having the room page. So let's go to this room page here. So here we are going to define our all type of functions, like functions. You can see that this function for this one and function for this one and function for undo, redo, and for the clear canvas. So all will be under the index.jsx file, and you can see that here we have all the tools here, but our whiteboard is in the another component. So that's why here we are going to create the references for our canvas as well as for our CTX. So that context for the canvas we are going to make. So this is because as we will be having undo and redo, and so for that we need the context as well as canvas reference here. So that's why let's create here first of all context and canvas reference. So here I'm going to create canvas is equals to, here it will be use ref. So we are going to use ref, and by default it will be null here. And same we are going to do for the CTX. So that will be the context here, and here we are going to use ref only, and by default the reference will be null. Just save this here, and now we are going to pass this canvas reference and context reference to the whiteboard, as well as we are going to pass the pencil, but here I'm not going to pass any pencil here because all the modifications we will do in the next video, as in the next video we are going to apply line as well as rectangle. So by default, by the static method, I'm going to set this tool as pencil only in this video, and in the next video we are going to upgrade it. So you will also get to know that how to make an application step by step. So we are going to move step by step so that you can understand it completely and very easily in the simple way. So let's pass here a canvas reference and CTX reference also we are going to pass here. Just save this, and now let's move to the whiteboard. So now we are under the whiteboard. So from here, we are going to import the rough.js first. So let's import. So as you can see here, so we can import like this, import rough from rough.js. So I'm going to copy this, and we are going to follow this documentation to make this application step by step. And now here you can see that we have only a canvas here. Now, as we have the references for the canvas, so here I'm going to extract these all references from the props, and then we are going to move forward here. So here we are going to apply the reference for the canvas. Canvas reference. Just save this. So now we have done this successfully here. So here, now let's move to the documentation first, and let's see how we can create a line here. So you will get this link in the video description. So don't worry about that. So here you can see that we can create many type of shapes here. So here we can create rectangle as well. We can create ellipse as well. We can create line here. So now let's use this rough.js first to create the line here. So because in this video we are going to just create a line. So for that, first of all, we have to create some functions first. Then we are going to move with rough.js. So here, first of all, I'm going to create use effect. So we are going to use effect here. So this is from the React only. And here, first of all, we are going to create canvas. So canvas will be the canvas reference dot current, and after that, our CTX will be the CTX reference dot current will not be there. So it will be the CTX. So CTX will be canvas dot get context 2D. So because we are going to create the 2D shapes, so that's why here get context will be 2D here. So here by default, I'm not going to add any colors here. So just add the CTX reference dot current equals to CTX. Just save this. And now here we are going to create some functions here. So first of all, here you can see that we are going to do some things here. So like first of all, user will click here. So when user will click here, then we have to run the function that on mouse down. On mouse down, what thing we have to handle? So on the mouse down, we have to start creating this element here. And whenever user will move here, so our second function will run. So that function will be on mouse move. So whenever mouse is moving, so we are going to update that element there. So we are going to update that element. And then third one on mouse up. So when mouse is released, then we are not going to deal with that element again, and then user can draw another type of elements here. So whenever user will pick up, means it will move the mouse up, then we will only stop drawing here. So now let's implement this logic here. So here let's go back here, and here first of all let's apply some those event handlers here. So first of all there will be on mouse down. On mouse down we will apply handle mouse down. So handle mouse down. And let's apply another one that will be on mouse move, and the last one we need on mouse up here. So let's create here some constants regarding this for some functions. So that will be handle first of all mouse down. So first of all there is handle mouse down, and now here what I'm going to do, so just I'm going to console this. So console.log mouse down, and here I'm going to write e only, and then same thing I'm going to do for the handle mouse move, and here I'm going to just console the event here, and same thing we are going to do for the handle mouse up here, and just save this. Now let's go here, and I have opened the console here. Now let's remove this. So here see that we are getting on mouse move, but here we don't want to do anything until user will not click here. So see that on the mouse move we are getting many things. So here you can see that in the object what we are getting. So we are getting client X, client Y, control key, current target, default, prevented, detail. So here what we have to do. So here we have to check if the user is drawing or not. So if the user is not drawing, then we don't want this mouse move function to be run. So the drawing function, drawing state will only run when user will click on mouse down. So see that I have clicked on mouse down, and then here I have done with mouse up. So we have same type of things. Client X is there, client Y is there. Same type of things we have in the mouse move, mouse up, and mouse down event listeners. So mouse down events here. So now let's move forward here. So here now we are going to start drawing here first a pencil. So we are going to drawing the pencil here. So for that we are using the rough.js. So here we have to create a path for the line for this pencil here. So see that you can see that we have rectangle here, we have lines here, but there is not any path. So we can create a straight lines, but we need some paths here. So we have to create path that user can define, and according to user mouse movement we have to create the path. So for that documentation, we will click on this full rough.js API, and this will redirect us to the GitHub page of this rough.js. So here you can see that this is the GitHub page of this rough.js. So I will leave the link in the video description so you can get from there here. So here let's move forward. So here we can see that we have the line, but we don't want any line because line is having only x1, y1, x2 and y2 points here. But we have to create the sub points so that it can create a path of the line. So that user can see that he is using the pencil here because the user is drawing some path. So for that we have the line path. So we are going to use line path of this rough canvas, and it is having sub arrays for the x point, y point, then joining X point, joining Y point, and this thing we are going to use it. So now let's configure the rough.js first with our canvas, and let's start adding the logic for this linear path. So as I have told that we will be having the elements here. So we have to have something to store these elements here. So for that we are going to create one state here. So that will be for the elements, to store the elements, and here will be set elements. By default it will be none here. So now here we are going to pass elements here, elements, elements, and then we are going to pass set elements here. So we have set elements, and now we can extract this to the from the whiteboard. So elements, and then there is set elements. Just save this. So here I have configured the rough.js as rough generator. So from the rough, I have called the rough generator here, and with the help of this generator, we are going to add the path here. So this linear path we are going to add through this. So now here, let's move here. So here I'm going to comment this all because we don't need this anymore. And here, let me remove this only. Remove this and remove this. So here I'm going to console. First of all, let's extract offset X and offset Y from the. So here will be offset X and offset Y from e dot native element. So from e dot native element, I'm going to do this and just console dot. So I'm just consoling the React e dot native element to tell you what is under the native element. So close this, and when I click this, so actually here we have the error. So let's see the right name for the native element. Just save this. Okay, I have to comment this. Just save this here. And now let's see. So we have native event. So native event is there. So it is native event. So we will be using native event here. So here will be native event. And in the native event, you can see that here we have many things. So here in the native event, we have this offset X and offset Y also. So first of all, we have client X, client Y, and then we have here offset. So see that here this is native event, client X, client Y, and this is our target here. And we will be getting offset X and offset Y here also. So actually, I'm not getting that. So let's do this here from e.native event, and let's console this offset X and offset Y here. So just save this, and when I will do here, so we are getting undefined, and that be small offset X, offset Y, offset X, and offset Y. Just save this, and now let's try this. So see that here we are having some offsets here. So this is just for the click, and same thing we are going to see for the movement here. So here let's do that same here. So here will be offset X and offset Y, and let's see on the mouse move. So here, see that on the mouse move we are getting the event here, but here first of all I want for the click. So here I'm going to click here. So just click here. So see that it is from the 762, 763 one. And now I'm moving here. So I'm moving. So see that our offset is changing. you can see that our offset is changing very correctly. So very correctly our offset is changing. So this thing we want. So we have offset x and offset y. So this means that we are having this x and y for the linear path. So we are going to just use this and then our work is done. So here I'm going to do one thing here. So here I'm adding the React canvas here, and just I'm going to JSON.stringify our elements here. So you can see the elements here very well that we are creating here. So now we have done this successfully here. So now the one thing is pending, that we have to add the pencil here. So let's do that. So let's go back to the coding section and let's do this fastly here. So here, first of all, we have to check that if user is drawing or not. So for that, I'm going to create one state here. So that will be drawing, drawing and set drawing. It is drawing and set is drawing from the use state. And by default, it will be false here. And I'm going to import the use state from the React. And now let's move forward here. And here on the mouse up, we just want one thing. So that will be set is drawing to false. Just this thing we have to do. So here, what I'm going to do. So here I'm going to check here, first of all, on the mouse move, if is drawing. If is drawing is there, then only we are going to console log this. Otherwise, we are not going to console log. So here with the console, I'm going to write set is drawing as true. So this will ensure that our user is drawing here. So now let's move forward and let's test this. So here, see that when I'm moving here something, so there nothing is here. So now I'm clicking here and now I can move here. So you can see that our offset is changing. And now I am moving the mouse up and I will try to move. Now nothing is happening here. So this means that this logic is working perfectly. So now let's generate the element here. So first of all, when the user will click down on the mouse, it will left click there. So we are going to generate the element here. So let's generate that element. So we are going to set elements and we are going to get the previous elements here. So previous elements, and here we are going to return here. So actually we have to return. So here I'm not going to add this. So here we are going to return the array. So that will be, first of all, there will be dot previous elements, and then here we are going to create one object here. So first of all, we have to mention the type. So by default, the type will be pencil, as this will be static here and we are not getting any tool. So that's why by default the type will be pencil only. And then here I'm going to set the offset x, and here I'm going to set the offset y, and then we have to set the path here. So let's set the path, and the path will be this one. So path will be this offset x and this offset y here. So by default path will be like this. And then here we have to set the color here, or instead of color, stroke will be there. So by the default, the stroke will be of black color, and then we want stroke width if we want. So I'm not going to do that. Now let's close this object and just save this. So now let's test this here. So see that when I'm going to click here, so I'm going to click mouse down. Now we have one element here. But when I'm moving here, we have not any other element. Now I will click here and see that here we have the second element. Then we have the third element, fourth element, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. We can create so much elements. Those we So I'm going to refresh this. Now we have not any elements here. Now the second thing is for the mouse move. So let's do that. So if the user is drawing here, here I'm not going to check anything like if we have the pencil or this one. So I'm not going to check this. So here we are going to update the element here. So that will be set element. So set element, and then so here you can see that whenever I'm adding something here, so this one I'm adding, and this is the last element. This is the last element in the array, and I'm clicking here, and now this is becoming the last element. I'm clicking here, this is becoming the last element. So how we are going to know about this, which element is there? So this is always be a last element. So here what we are going to do here, so first of all, here I'm going to get the path from the last element. So let's get the path. So that will be from the elements dot length, or this one, elements dot length minus one. So this will give us the last thing. And now let's create the new path. So new path we are creating here, and this is just for the pencil here. This is just for the pencil by default. Pencil by default as static thing. And then here we have created the new path, and then the thing here we have to set the elements here. So it will be same as previous elements. So dot elements dot length minus one. So for our path will be the new path. So we are not going to do this. So let's set our elements here. So here we need the previous element. So previous elements. So here we have the previous elements. So we want this element length minus one. So its index should be element length minus one. So I'm going to copy this. So element length minus one index should be there. So here I'm going to write this like this. So previous elements dot map. So we have to find this element here. So here will be element, and then there will be index here. So we have the element as well as the index. So now let's move forward here. So here we are going to check if index is equals to this elements dot length minus one, then what we are going to do here. So if index is matching here, then we are going to update our element. So then we are going to just return our object here. So object will be updated. So object will be updated. So it will be like dot element, and then here we have all the object here. Now we have to update the path. So here the path will be new path. So path will be new path, and else if it is not getting find here, just return the element. Just save this, and now we can see some changes here. And here you can see when I'm clicking here, our offset x is 67, offset y is 53, and we have the this path only. So here we have the one error, so that is elements undefined. So this error we are getting for one mistake here. So see that here we are mapping the elements and we are not returning here anything. So here let's remove this. Sorry, not this. We have to remove this and just save this. Yeah, just save this. And now let's see the changes that we are getting. So this should remove the error here. So see that we have not any error now. So here you can see that we have many paths here. So our path is changing. So now this is very good. So now what we want, whenever the path is changing, whenever the path is our elements are changing here, then we are going to render the layout. So let's render the layout now. So to render that, first of all, I'm going to this remove this array, printing of the array here, and here I'm going to add one new use effect, but that use effect will be use layout effect. So use layout effect we are going to use. So this means that whenever the layout will be changing, then we are going to do something here. So here we have the canvas reference here. So here will be the rough generator. So rough generator will be the rough generator dot canvas. So dot canvas, and canvas dot current will be there. So here this is changing whenever the elements are changing. So here we have this one. So first of all, we will be looping through all the elements here. So looping through all the elements, and then we are going to draw the element or type element probably this is wrong as we have the pencil only. So here we will create this linear path here. So here this linear path we are going to create here with this, and this type of linear path we are going to create. So instead of this rough generator, let's write rough canvas here. So here will be rough canvas, and then we are going to draw the linear path. So by default the linear path will be element dot element dot path. So element dot path will be there. Just save this, and now we can see the changes here. So there is one error. So let's see what error is that. Yeah, this error is there. Just save this. Now we can see the changes here. So rough generator dot canvas is not a function here. So let's see why we are getting this. So this error is because there is nothing like rough generator.canvas. So it will be rough.canvas because the linear path will be generated from the rough canvas only. So it will be not using any generator. So to generate the shapes or lines, then for that we are going to use rough generator here. So now here we can see the changes here. So when I'm clicking here and I can move here. So see that I can create this text here. But this, you can see that you are creating the text, but it is not looking very beautiful. Yeah, it is not looking very beautiful here. So as we can draw the pencil, but this pencil is not looking very good and it is having many bugs here. So in the next video, we are going to resolve these bugs as well as we are going to add line and rectangle here. So now without wasting any time, let's close this video. And in the next video, we are going to do this in a quick way. So next video will be of less minutes, and this from the starting I have to explain this like how this is working. So that's why it took time here. So at last, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.